What's going on, everybody? We are back, baby. So listen, it's been an interesting start to the season. We've got 3 games under our belt. Knicks are 2-1. And things were flying high. 2 quick wins. We were feeling good, like we are gonna take on the world. But reality set in and we dealt with some adversity. We played the Miami Heat. But it was a good game because the Knicks got to experience some stuff that they get to work on firsthand. Coach gets to see some stuff. The players see, it gets real out there. And for us as fans, we get to see some stuff as well. So we got a bunch of things to talk about in tonight's show, namely, obviously, the adversity of getting our first loss, playing a new look Miami Heat team. A lot of us wasn't expecting that, huh? It's funny. You think about it. We're so concerned in the offseason about the Knicks and their new look defense and offense. We forgot that other teams could switch up too. So it was actually crazy to see Miami and New York both playing a different style of basketball. So yeah, that threw me for a loop. So we got that. We got Karl Anthony Towns up to his old tricks. Listen, dude's been phenomenal. He's still playing great, and we'll talk about how great he played for the most part in the game. But some of his old habits, man, he's hard. It's hard to get rid of them. So we got to talk about that. We also got to talk about Jalen Brunson's offensive onslaught. I mean, just a beast of a game for him. He basically was the best player for the Knicks, so he did everything he needed to do. We're going to talk about some other players that have not quite lived up to the billing as of yet. They've been struggling. So a lot to get into. I'm excited to chop it up with y'all. Hopefully you are excited as well. But you know what I mean? Let's not wait any longer. Let's get right to it. Let's go.
Say go, New York, go, New York, go. Say go, New York, go, New York, go. Say go, New York, go, new team, it's the same dream. New Knicks City uniform, they stay clean. I just caught mine off of Fanatics in the garden with my hands in the air, we back at it.
Yes, we are back. Welcome. Thank you for tuning in to SKF Weekly, baby. We are here. I'm your man, Ron. That's my brother. That's my other brother. Okay, listen. Still holding it down. Couple more weeks, guys. We already got everything penciled in, for when things will kind of get back to normal or whatever. Couple more weeks. Soon come. Anyway, but I am holding it down. And really excited to talk to you guys about what's been taking place so far, man. This has been an interesting week. We've had, I think a good start to the season. Yeah, I mean, everything doesn't always work out the way you planned it, but I mean, for the most part, I think we can all say that things are looking good. Things are looking up. You know what I mean? There's definitely some growing pains, and we're gonna get through all of that. And obviously, there's some questions that we have as fans looking at what's going on, and that's stuff that we're gonna have to talk about as well. But definitely it should be a fun season, man. It should be a fun season. So let's start at the top. You know what I mean? Let's not waste any time. Obviously this week the season kicked off against the Cleveland Cavaliers, right? Personally, I felt like the Knicks were going to win, from the get-go, because I just think that, it was a good opportunity for them to take advantage of the start of the season and, get one of them victories, steal one of them joints. So, and I think this was a good time for them to do that. It's one of them situations where even though Cleveland already had all of their players for the most part. I mean, not everybody was available to play, but their team is intact as far as they're working with everything from last year, and same coaching style and stuff like that. So they don't have to reinvent the wheel. You know what I mean? The Knicks are the one that are trying to change something up. So Cleveland got to start from that aspect of it. But it was still a good game. Cleveland came to play. They didn't lay down. The Knicks wound up winning the game, which is great. We'll take the victory. But it's still one of them things where I'm happy about it, but I know it's the first game of the season. You know what I mean? Like, I know that the Knicks are good enough to beat Cleveland, but it's still the first game of the season. And so the next time we see Cleveland, it may not be the same way. You know what I mean? Like, just understand that teams will get better and they will play better. But the New York Knicks won the game 119-111 behind some very strong play from Karl Anthony Towns, OG Anunoby, Mikal Bridges, Jalen Brunson, Miles McBride. So you had 5 guys in double figures. OG had 24, 14, 2 and 3, and 1 block. Very good game. So 2 assists, 3 steals. Very good game. Karl Anthony Towns had 19 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists. He played well. Huck Porty started this game. He had 5 rebounds and 2 points, in 17 minutes. But you expect that. Huck Porty's not going to be the person that you look to for scoring or getting a lot of opportunities to score. Mikal Bridges finished with 16 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals, and 2 blocks. A very solid game as well. Jalen Brunson finished with 23 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. Nothing too crazy. A decent game. And then Miles McBride had, in 25 minutes, he had 15 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. And the Knicks shot overall as a team 43% from the field. They shot 35% from 3. They took 43s. The common thing that you're going to hear about the Knicks every game is that they want to get at least 43s a game. So it's interesting. It's a new way of looking at things. I mean, in the past, we saw last year the Knicks had, in the beginning of the season, took a lot of shots and was taking a lot of threes. But now they actually have a benchmark, 43s or more per game. So it's very interesting to see how this all works out. And the Knicks, where else did the Knicks really make some hay here? Assists were similar, 22-21. Rebounds. Cleveland had 32 rebounds, and the Knicks finished with 48. So, I mean, going back to that old style of Knick basketball with them playing, solid defense, but really capitalizing on the rebounds. This was one of those games where the Knicks definitely did that on the rebounding end. And then turnovers was 15-13. Cleveland had 15 turnovers, so 2 more than the Knicks. So a low turnover game. 13 is a solid number. For the way the Knicks are playing, that's a really solid number, actually. And they still were able to put up 119 points. So good for them. Can't be mad at it. I think the key that I'm noticing is just that they're really believing in each other, right? And sharing the ball. And there's not like a lot of selfish play. Of course, yes. I know early, some people were still kind of concerned and not complain, but yeah, kind of like just wondering what's going on with like a little bit of ISO ball from Brunson. It's going to be ISO ball. They're still going to have their moments. And in time, it's going to get better. Let's see here. Add this like this. Check out a little something while we're rocking here. This is interesting. Uh-huh. Yes, sir. I wonder if can I do that? How did I do that? That was wild. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, should probably make it a little smaller. I don't know. These copyright people, they be all over me. So yeah, I mean, you could see highlights in the background. This was the Cleveland game, just kind of showing you what took place. Let me do it like this because I don't want to. The bigger the highlight screen, the more the tube is all over the copyright button, just hitting it, jamming that thing. We'll see. I'll still probably get hit with a copyright, so it don't matter what I do. But whatever. I don't care, y'all. This is for y'all. So yeah, man. I mean, you can see like. Cleveland was definitely in the game, and this kid Evan Mobley is nice. There's no doubt about it. Look at transition 3 right there from OG. Very nice. Knicks were up 67-55 at that time. Then Donovan Mitchell bangs a 3. Knicks up 79-76 at this point. Look at alley-oops to was that Nance Jr.? Yep. A little spin action. Oh, man. Pull up 3. Bang. Donovan Mitchell. It was 85-83 at that time. He hit the 3, so that's 86-85 Cleveland. Close game. Knicks only up 3 here, but Deuce knocks down the big 3. Knicks needed that one. Then you got a scrabble for the ball. Deuce picks it up, gets it out to Jordan Clarkson with the dunk. And the Knicks are up 99-89. At that point, it was 101-89. Right now, another highlight. I don't know who that is who hit the 3. Maybe it was Dean Wade. I'm not sure. But the Knicks are up 110 or 105 here. OG putting them away with the 3 from the corner. That's pretty much the game, folks. Knicks win 119-111. There you go. So that is the first of the 3 games that we had on the docket. Knick fans started to feel pretty good about ourselves. You know what I mean? We were feeling pretty good. Like, okay, Knicks. This is how you make a little statement. Let's come out the gate, do a nice little win over Cleveland. But as you guys know, we had another rival game right after that. So there's no rest. No rest. Got to keep it going. And so then we had to play the Boston Celtics. And, you knew that no matter what, no matter who the Boston Celtics had, at some point they were going to make it a game. Because unless we got Evan Fournier, there's no telling what could happen. We have Fournier, it might be in the bag, but we didn't have Fournier. So, so for that reason, we got to kind of deal with what it is. No Evan means no guaranteed wins. But seriously, it was another good game. The Knicks came out. I like the fact that they didn't take any quarters off. In the past, I would criticize them for taking quarters off. They had a bad quarter. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think they took a quarter off. If that makes sense. There's been times where the Knicks just didn't seem like they came to play. But in this case, they just had a bad quarter. You know what I mean? They had a bad quarter, and they also they had a bad third quarter, and they took some really bad shots in the fourth, right? But they had an incredible second quarter. The first quarter, the shooting wasn't that great, but they picked it up, and it just went nuts in the second quarter. So that's pretty much kind of what they built off of. The Knicks were able to beat Boston 105-95. For the Knicks, they had 5 guys in double figures once again. OG Anunoby had 10, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals. A very regular game, nothing too crazy. He also kind of got hurt in this game, but it turned out to be just cramping, which is good. Mikal Bridges had 12.6 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, and 1 block in this game. Doing every little bit that he can to help the team, which is good. Karl Anthony Towns had a solid game, very good game. He was very dominant against the smaller Boston Celtic players. He had 26 points, 13 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, and 1 block. He did have 5 turnovers though, but we'll excuse that. Miles McBride had 10 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. You like to see guys just trying to do whatever they can, just fill it. If they can't fill up the categories, just do a little something everywhere to help the team. And then last but not, also 2 more things. It was the return of Josh Hart. It was his first game since injuring his back, and then dealing with back spasms after that. He actually played 19 minutes, 18 minutes and 58 seconds. He had 14 rebounds and 3 assists. I mean, I don't know how you guys feel about it. I think I was just reading something on X and somebody was kind of talking bad about Josh. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, you know how hard it is to at 6'5" to get 14 rebounds in the NBA? And imagine doing that in 19 minutes. And imagine doing that after coming back from having a bad back and back spasms. What? But whatever. Cool. And then last but not least, Jalen Brunson finished with 31 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists. So he had a really good game, 10 or 20 shooting. Yeah, he was on. So yeah. And that's what the Knicks used to propel them to win 105-95 versus the Boston Celtics. It was a very good victory. Let me see something here. Interesting. I don't know why would I want to do that, but I'm just looking at something like, oh, that's weird. Yeah, so this little highlights from the game. I need a happy medium, guys. I feel like it's I still think it doesn't matter what I do, I'm still going to get hit with the turnover thing. I mean, the copyright thing. I'm tripping. I wish I could have something in between this and the other thing, right? Somewhere in between. That's what I need. Somewhere in between. Let's make this bigger. Can't really see it. There we go. Wow. Jordan Clarkson with the side 3. Bang. I'm still waiting for Jordan Clarkson to really unleash. You know what I mean? He's still trying to find his way. He's just not there yet. Nice move by Jalen. I mean, he's just a phenomenal offensive player, man. This guy, Sam Hauser, was on one. Boy, I mean, he was letting it fly. Like I said, y'all, for your fantasy teams, if Sam Hauser's on the waiver wire, go get him. Jalen Brunson from the corner 3, bang. Look at this, Karl Anthony Towns, bang. And also you get to see Tyler Kolek playing some good minutes. Good pass down low to Towns right there with the dunk. And there you go. That wraps it up, y'all. Good victory. 105-95. Yeah, man. So, once again, start off the season versus the Cleveland Cavaliers. Then you're playing the Boston Celtics. As a Knicks fan, you're feeling really good right now. You are feeling really good. I even put up the next 5 games, like how many wins can we get? On the Saturday show, Know the Ledge, we were talking about this, and we all predicting, jumping out the window. And a lot of us are saying 5-0. But there was 1 or 2 people that said 4-1. And one of the games that they were really concerned about was the Knicks versus the Miami Heat. And I thought that was interesting because, it's to start the season. So now I wasn't up on everybody, what all the teams are doing as of yet, but now I'm starting to lock in. And the Miami Heat have been playing some damn good basketball. So it only makes sense that, got to look at it now and respect what's going on. What I did not know about Miami is that Miami was changing their style of play. Like I said, I'm following the Knicks. I'm worried about my Knicks. I'm not really checking for other teams. But yes, apparently the New York Knicks were not the only team that decided to go with more of an up-tempo, space and pace style of play. other teams around the league, even I think it was out. Who said it? Clyde. I think Clyde said it. He was saying that a lot of teams around the league are trying to mimic what OKC is doing. They saw the success of OKC winning the championship and their style of play. You could also see the success that Indiana had, right? They did get to Game 7 in the NBA Finals with their pace and motion offense. And so teams are trying to mimic that. I just didn't think about it. I had no idea that Miami was changing up their style of play. And so that was a gut punch in a way, because, you go out there thinking, man, Miami lost a couple players. They got some new players. They got some solid guys there. But I'm like, they're not going to be ready to mess around with our style of play. And of course they're ready to mess around because they're doing the same thing. The NBA, it's crazy. Anyway, so unfortunately in this game, the Knicks wound up getting their first loss. Miami had 4 guys in double figures. Bam Adebayo had 19 and 13. Norman Powell lit the Knicks up. He had 29 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 steals. All this after me learning for the first time that Norman Powell is only 6'3". I thought Norman Powell was 6'6", 6'7", 6'8", easy. My man is 6'3". Anyway, he was cooking. So, behind those 2 dudes, the Knicks were in for a battle, and Jaime Jaquez had 17, and Simon Fontecchio had 14 and 4. He was knocking down threes, and Norman Powell was knocking down threes, and Drew Smith hit a couple threes too, but, it is what it is. The Knicks had only 4. Notice the first 2 games, the Knicks had 5 guys in double figures. This game, they only had 4 guys in double figures. OG Anunoby had 14-6, 1 assist and 3 steals and 1 block. So another good, doing different things to help the team. Karl Anthony Towns finished with 15 points, 18 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks. On the surface, you look at that and say, well, points-wise, it wasn't great, but he had a phenomenal game. And technically, he did. The only problem is he was up to his old tricks, and he finished the game with 5 fouls. He could not stay out of foul trouble, and foul trouble kept him off the court. Could you imagine? Think about this, guys. My man had 15 points, 18 rebounds, and was in foul trouble. That was interesting. I mean, he was cooking. He really was. And all this with that calf strain. I mean, I will say Cat is working. Cat is playing. I got to give him a lot of credit, man. He got hard. Mikal Bridges had 20 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. And then Jalen Brunson was just phenomenal in this game. I mean, phenomenal. 37 points on 14 of 26 shooting. And 5 of 11 from 3 for 45%. He shot 53% from the field, 45% from 3. But not for nothing. Mikal Bridges shot 63% from the field and 60% from 3. So he was shooting well too. But Jalen Brunson finished with 37, 5 rebounds, 7 assists. So he was passing the ball and 3 steals. Really good game for Jalen Brunson. He played well enough for the Knicks to get this victory, but it just wasn't enough in the end. And it wasn't like the Knicks, it wasn't a close game. It finished 115-107, but it was really, it was a semi blowout, for most of the fourth quarter time that Miami had stepped on the gas. So but they wound up losing 115-107. And just one of them things, man. Just one of them things. All you can do is say, hey, we'll get them next time. Now, one of the things that I wanted to bring up is that I saw a lot of fans were going crazy and tweeting or whatever and sending their messages and upset with certain things. Why did Jalen Brunson stay on the bench so long? Why did Mike Brown stay with these same guys on the bench? And I got to be honest, guys, I wasn't that mad at it. You know what I mean? Only because it's the first week of the season and it's game 3. I want y'all to understand that's the only reason why I wasn't mad at it, because I think this is the time that Mike Brown is supposed to do this. When I said to you guys in the past that these guys are going to have to learn on the fly, and the off season is not really long, enough for them to really, for Mike Brown to really get all these guys to buy into his system. He doesn't have enough time with them. So he's got to kind of work with some of the stuff they know and then tweak it here and there. But they got to learn on the fly. They're going to have to learn during the season. And this game versus the Miami Heat was a teaching moment. Okay. He stayed with the bench players. He could have easily yanked the chain and said, I'm going to my starters. But you guys got to understand, if the Knicks are going to win a championship, the bench has to play well. And he has to instill the confidence in the bench to let them know, listen, guys, I'm rocking with you. Even if we're down or we're struggling, we're trying to get out of a rut, I'm rocking with you because I'm going to need you guys to dig us out of it. Now, they couldn't do it yesterday against Miami, but that don't mean they won't do it the next time around, or maybe the next time around after that. The point is, Mike Brown has to believe in the whole team. He's got to instill that confidence, or we're not going to go anywhere, guys. You know, that whole thing about Thibodeau playing guys 35 or more minutes, 40 plus minutes, is because he didn't believe in the rest of the guys. He gave them a little leash. They didn't do enough in that little bit of time that he gave them. And he just, that's it. I'm not going to do it no more. Mike Brown can't be that way. Mike Brown has got to give these guys a shot. And sometimes we may lose a game, but he's got to give them a shot, because the more he instills confidence in them, there's going to be games where they're going to step up, right? And we might have an all-around great game, starters in the bench. But then again, there might be a game or two where the starters don't look that good, and the bench is the reason why we win. But it starts here. It starts in a game like that game versus Miami, where Mike Brown gives guys the green light to get out of the rut themselves without the help of the starters. Like, this is your time. You got to do it. We need you to figure it out. So that's why I'm saying, like, I'm not really mad at it. I think this is a good time to do this. Game 3 of the season, good time. Game 20, not so much. You know what I mean? Game 3, okay. First week of the season, we can't go 82-0, guys. I know when we play Miami, we always want to beat Miami. We want to beat everybody, but I get it. Sometimes you got to take an L to learn. And I think the Knicks learned from that. And there's some of the highlights here real quick.
Jalen Brunson and the Knicks opening the season.
So yeah, I mean,
2-0 at home,
just
road game.
It's just one of them things. They're just going to have to go through it.
Have their home opener in Miami.
But I like the fact that
Karl Anthony Towns
they stuck with the plan. Like, they didn't change. Sometimes you watch it when a team is trying to do new things to see if they fall back into their bad habits. I don't think they really did that in this game. Now, you might say, well, Jalen Brunson called his own number a lot. Yeah, but Jalen Brunson was hot.
Good +1.
Listen, playing a new style of basketball and sharing the ball and moving the ball does not mean not scoring if you are hot. If you are hot, you got to keep calling your number. That's everywhere you look. Every team. When the guy's hot, they're going to keep calling that guy's number. If SGA is on one in OKC, the man's going to go for 30 or 40, whatever. You've seen it everywhere you go. When a guy's on, you just got to keep going with it. And Jalen Brunson was the only one that was really, really on. Mikal Bridges actually was pretty hot too, but Jalen was on fire.
In the third, Brunson really in his
So,
bag.
I mean, look at that. Knockdown 3 right there. Pull up 3 probably right here. Bang. See what I'm saying? Like, he was cooking.
Including this
and he kept them in the game. Listen, this was one of those games, unfortunately. It could have went bad early. It went bad late. But if it hadn't been for Jalen Brunson hitting the shots he hit and Mikal also adding what he added, the Knicks would have got blown out early because Cat was in foul trouble. It's not like he wasn't playing good. I mean, granted, he came out the gate gunning, okay? And that might have been a little bit too much. He might have went to the well too many times. I think he missed his first 4 threes or something. I think he was I think he was 1 for 6 from 3. I could be wrong.
Nikola Jovic running with
Bam. 2 for 8. Yeah. But to start the game, he was missing the 3. So, with him missing and then getting into foul trouble, if it wasn't for Brunson and Mikal, we could have got blown out early. But the Knicks kind of stood in the game, stood with them, and it's one of those situations where they were hanging until the end, and then it was over. Then it was the party's over, lights out. So yeah, but so that's the 3 games so far. The Knicks are 2-1, and next on the docket is the Milwaukee Bucks. So we'll see what happens there. Interesting. Now I got to look and see, did Milwaukee change how they play? Are they going to play a new style? Like, I don't know. The one thing about Milwaukee that I always felt confident with is because they got older players. They play slower, and I felt like the Knicks could always hang with them. And now that the Knicks are playing a little bit more pace and space, I definitely feel like they would have an advantage. But who knows? Maybe Milwaukee's playing different now, too. It's this new look NBA. Let me get to the chat. Shout out to you guys, man. Shout out to Crim's dad in the building. What's going on? Member of the SKF Army. Salute. Shout out to Walter Blackman, a member of the SKF Army. Salute, my guy. Good evening, Ron. Kerry Cox is in the building. What up? Salute. He says salute, Ron. What up, Kerry? JJ25. I don't know these numbers, man. They're adding these numbers to everything. I'm just going to say JJ. JJ's in the building. Salute. What's going on? He says salute, Ron. This is a very good team, but there's some real flaws in the roster. Okay, I hear you. It's early, but I hear you. Shout out to Chris Gotti in the building. Says salute. 81-1 is still good. I hear you, Crim's dad. Chris says there's always things to work on. No team can be perfect. That's a fact. Shout out to Lena Franklin in the building. Let's go. What up, Lena? Say, hey, you guys, I know we lose the game, but it is okay. We got more games to go. That's a fact, Lena. Shout out to Prezi, the boss in the building. What up, Prezi? Salute to Ron, the Teflon Don, general of the SKF Army. Hulk smash the like button. Let's run up the subs to 10K. I like that. I'm with you, my brother. Speaking of that, make sure we got that out there. Because that's the message, you know what I mean? Yeah. JJ says the offense hasn't looked too good in any of the first 3 games. It hasn't looked good for multiple quarters. But they have had a quarter or so where they've looked really good. I mean, that second quarter against Boston was phenomenal. But yeah, you're right though. They haven't really had a good game yet, and the shooting has kind of been up and down. But it's still early in the season. Got to give it time, so we'll see. Chris Gotti said Deuce not being there was definitely felt. That's a fact. And that's interesting, right? Because Deuce is an X factor. Deuce might be the X factor, guys. Him with his defense, also his shooting and being able to score in different positions, adding that other presence out there. It was definitely missed. You ain't lying, Chris. Yeah, Kerry agrees. David Smith is in the building. Salute. Says salute to Ron in the chat. What's going on, David? Prezi the boss says, where are my man? And salute to the best chat on Monday. Appreciate you, my guy. Kerry says, I hope McBride not being questioned by the FBI. Nah, that's not even like McBride's character. He's a real good dude, and I just don't see him really getting himself caught up in any of that stuff. But unfortunately, I think something bad really has happened that the Knicks don't want to release. Maybe somebody passed away or somebody's dealing with something negatively. Remember, Deuce has his lady. I don't know. Did they get married? Or is that his fiance still? I don't remember if they got married or not. But either way, it could be somebody in his family. It could be somebody in her family. So you never know. Anything could be going on. Plus, God forbid, he just had a new baby. You hope nothing's wrong with the baby. So prayers and blessings to the McBride family, and their loved ones. JW's in the building. Salute to Ron. SKF for chat. Salute. What's going on, JW? E. Gibson is here. So I know there will be growing pains, but we were outplayed by the Heat. That's a fact, bro. Listen, bottom line is the Heat beat us at our own new game. You know what I mean? The Heat did what we was trying to do. So can't be mad at it. I just wasn't. I was shocked. I was like, this ain't the Heat team I'm used to either. So it was good to see, though. And look, that's the type of stuff that the Knicks want to do. They just got to get better at it. And really, the guys are struggling right now. Once they get their games going, I think it's going to look a lot better. Excuse me. David Smith says, boy, I'm losing patience with Brunson hero ball. That's one of the biggest issues with the Knicks. I mean, but David, we talked about this. Where is the hero ball? Last night, Jalen Brunson was on fire. No NBA player that is in the top elite of the league, when they on fire, is not going to call their own number. Were you mad at Cat when he came out and shot 4 quick threes? But see, I didn't have a problem with Cat shooting the threes. I had a problem with all of the threes being from the same spot, like deep, like 30-something feet out. Like, I know Cat can hit from there, but why keep shooting from that far out? That was bothering me. Like, move in a little bit. You know what I mean? Especially after you missing a couple, move in. You don't got to shoot it from that far. You know, that's all. But my point is, listen, nobody's not going to do that. Everybody's going to call their own number. And if it wasn't for Jalen Brunson, the Knicks would have got blown out a lot earlier. That's just the bottom line. He was one of the only people cooking. Him and Bridges were cooking. The other thing, too, is earlier in other games, game 1 was the first game for everybody. Everybody gets a pass in game 1. It's the first game of the season. Everybody's learning how to play and figure everything out and seeing what they got. Everybody gets a pass game 1. You want to start game 2? Game 2, the Knicks shot 31% from the field. Okay? It's not like Jalen Brunson didn't pass the ball to people. People didn't knock down their shots. If they hit their shots, those would be assists. Then Jalen Brunson goes to the bench. Then Jalen Brunson comes back in the game. He comes back in the game. He gives 2 quick passes. I forgot who they were to. Whatever. He gives 1 quick pass, should I say. There's a layup. He gets an assist. He gets 1 assist right then and there. Then, next 2 possessions, he gives 2 passes to the corner to Deuce. Deuce misses both threes, wide open. Is that Jalen's fault? No, he passed the ball. Deuce didn't hit. Then he gave another pass to Karl Anthony Towns. He scored an easy layup. And then he had another pass to someone else. I couldn't tell you who that was. And he got another assist. This all happened within 3 minutes. So it's not like he wasn't trying to get the ball to the rest of the guys. This was a game where guys were just struggling to get their shots off. And then in that second quarter, it blew up, but everybody was moving the ball and everybody was passing. And by the way, by the end of the game, Jalen Brunson finished with 5 assists, which is more than anybody else on the team. And everybody was trying to pass the ball and move it around. It's just early, guys were just struggling to get their shots. So I'm just saying, it's only 3 games, and each game had something different. The first game you throw out for everybody. The second game you could start right there, but understand that the guys weren't shooting well. And then they started to shoot better as the game, continued to go on. And then even in last night's game, Jalen Brunson was on fire. He still finished with 7 assists. It's not hero ball when you're making all your shots. That's all I'm trying to say. Normally, when he does do hero ball, I'm with you. I could understand when that was the case. To start the season, let's give Brunson a break, because that is not what happened in game 1. That's not what happened in game 2. It just wasn't the case. He called his number a lot in game 3, but he was also cooking. So I just want us to be fair. I hear you though, but it's early. I just want us to be fair. Okay. Kerry Cox says we should have held on to Matthews. I'm not there yet, but listen, that may be the case. We may find that out later. It's still too early. It's only 3 games. It's an 82-game season. And I'm telling you guys, there's going to be nights where you guys are not even going to be talking about Matthews because Landry Shamet is going to be on fire. And you'll be like, oh man, Landry Shamet had a good game. And you ain't going to be thinking about Matthews. Not every night, but there's going to be nights. It's only 3 games, guys. Give it a chance. If we were to think negatively and think that we don't have anything good here, then it would be very hard for this team to get better if that was our thought process. You have to believe in the moves that they made and believe that these guys have shown that up until this point, they are solid players that can contribute to this team. Landry Shaman is going to be okay. He's streaky. We knew this already. Jordan Clarkson is going to be okay. He is streaky. And to start the season, he hasn't been on one yet. But let me tell you something about Jordan Clarkson. The one thing you can't deny is that when he's on, he's on. And he always has moments when he's on. He just hasn't had it yet. It's coming, though. It's going to happen. The only person that I could say we should be a little concerned about is Yabusele, because Yabusele is not looking comfortable at all. And he is heavier than he was before. So these are like new things, right? If Yabusele was the same weight he's always been, I'm like, okay, that's not something I'm going to worry about. He'll be fine. But I'm worried because he is heavier than he's ever been in the league. That concerns me a little bit, right? And the fact that he's not comfortable. I know the dude shot 37% from three, or 37 to 38 from three. I'm sure he'll be fine. He can shoot. And then, I'm more concerned about him stressing and pressing, right? And just, forcing shots and not finding rhythm. As Clyde was saying, he's pushing the shot. He's not in the flow of the game. It's not coming off effortlessly like he would normally shoot it. He's trying hard to get the shot to go in rather than just, going through his normal mechanics. And that's what guys do when they're in a slump, when they're struggling. So we'll see. But I think there's plenty of time. It's only game 3. And remember my whole thing. I always say this. I hate to say it because, I always have to bring it up. Miami Heat, with a team with Bosh, Ray Allen was there. LeBron James, Dwayne Wade. They had a terrible first month of the season. The whole month, it was terrible. And they went on to make it to the NBA Finals. They didn't win that year, but they made it to the Finals. They were a good team. They just needed time. Knicks need time. JW says our starters are not the problem. It's the bench. Okay. I hear you. Nostalgic Nick is in the building. Said, Ron, salute. What's going on, brother? Nostalgic Nick said Mike Brown lost that game. See, I don't agree, man. I think Mike Brown did what he needed to do. Now, you could say, all right, he decided to stay with the bench knowing that we could lose the game. You could say that, but I still think he made the right move. He is the coach of a team that is trying to win a championship. You need everybody to buy in. You need to push these guys to be better. How are you going to get the bench to step up and be better if you don't believe in them and let them dig themselves out of a hole? Like, they're going to have to do this. This is how good teams get better. We know the starters can do it. The starters have been carrying us for a couple years now. The bench needs to get better, and Mike Brown is doing the right thing by giving them a shot early. As I said, 10, 15, 20 games down the line, you can't do that no more. That's it. You had your shot. I gave you a couple moments to get out there and do what you got to do. If you don't get it, by the time we get 15 games down the line, 10 games, 15 games down the line, I can't believe in you like that. I'm still going to believe in you. I'm just not going to give you that rope. We start getting into trouble, I'm yanking you and pulling and getting my starters out there. But it's early, guys. This is the time you do it. This is the time you believe in the bench and get something out of them, get their confidence up. Last night, it didn't work. But it's okay. It may work next time, like I said. JJ said Celtics will soon go into tank mode. Don't let them get a top pick and get Tatum back next year. Yeah, you don't want that. Jaylen Brown leaving hair stains on everybody. Yeah, that's nuts. Prezi says this is game 3, 79 more to work out the kinks. Hopefully everyone who is injured will heal up. Yabusele, Clarkson will work out their roles and the game, and the game slows down a little more for our youngins. I hear that. And also, this is game 3, guys. and everything that's taking place, there's a lot of learning still going on. Don't think it's a done deal. Guys are still learning on the fly. And this young season so far, we have not seen Dadier in the season. We have not seen Diawara. You have not seen a lot of Jemison. You saw him a little bit early, but and you have not seen Tosan. Evo, man, I can't say that name. Tosan, Ibuama, or whatever. I can't say it. I'm done. We haven't seen Tosan. But the thing is, I just want to throw this out there, guys. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see a lot of Tosan, Jemison, and Diawara. No, not Diawara. McCullers, for example, because those guys are on two ways, and you do not want to play them a lot early in the season. You want to save them for as much as you can, because remember, they can only play like 40 games, and that's it. So, all right. Prezi says this year's goal is for Cat to control his emotions and not come across like Randall 2.0. He's a beast when he wants, but allows himself to get caught up in the no calls. That's a fact. I hear you, David. You're right. No. That you are right about. There's some stuff that's not getting called, and it's probably frustrating Cat. And then Cat probably goes down the court on the other end, tries to do the same thing, but they call him for it. Yeah, it's not good. E. Gibson said Powell has a good pickup for the Heat. He did cook us. I always liked Powell, bro. He was a good pickup. Unfortunately, this is one of those situations where when you don't have money, you can't get these players. Because if the Knicks had money, they would have definitely been targeting a guy like Powell. Remember, they were going after Malik Beasley. But, Powell is somebody you needed a little bit more money to go for. I'm sure they would have tried to go for Powell if they had some more money. And he would have been great with this team. Yeah, I know, dude. Is it crazy? I can't believe he's only 6'3". That's wild. Lotorious, we are. They is. What up, Tori B? Salute. Let's go. Said evening, good people. David Smith says, why didn't Brunson go for 50 if no one was shooting well? Well, it's an interesting thing that you just asked. If this was Tibbs' team, Brunson would have had a chance to go for 50 because he would have been playing damn near 40 minutes in that game or even more. Because Tibbs would have yanked those bench players out and put his starters back in, and they would have played most of the game. So either Brunson would have went for 50 or high 40s, or Mikal Bridges, who was also hot, would, instead of having 20, he probably would have had 30 or something. So there's the thing. Would you have been more happy if the Knicks won the game and Brunson had 40-something and Mikal had 30-something and they all played 38, 39, 40 minutes? Or do you like the fact that they are trying to learn a different style of basketball and get everybody involved and included, even if it means taking a loss early so that they can get right later? What would you prefer, David? Would you prefer the old style, high minutes, the best players who are scoring score and we win the game, or this style, possibly taking the loss, or we did get the loss, letting other guys play and try to learn how to be better out there so that we can use them later, because we're going to need everybody later. That's up to you. I don't know how you feel about it. Did you prefer that system, or are you willing to try this new system? Delusional's in the building. What up, Delusional Knicks fan? Please, guys, go support Delusional Knicks Fan Network. If you haven't checked him out, he's a real good dude. He has some very interesting takes. That's why he calls himself delusional, because sometimes, he be feeling a certain way. But he's a dope dude, man, and a good hooper too. Go check him out, man. So out to you, my guy. Says salute to Ron in the chat. I didn't know you. Damn it, my bad, JJ. Thank you for telling me, though. I didn't know you could hear that in the background, because I can't really hear it. I didn't have it set up. I thought I muted it, but I guess not. Appreciate that, JJ. Well, like I said, they're going to get me anyway. So no way to get around the copyright people. The copyright police are going to get me. I got you. Well, my fault, y'all. I did not know that the game sound was on because, like I said, when I'm talking, it was not in my ears. I apologize. That's what happens. You try to do something new. I cut the first one, but I didn't cut the other two. I thought it was automatically off, but I was wrong. Appreciate that, though. Thanks for letting me know. Okay. Let me see here. HRM is in the building. What up, HRM? Good to see you. Sup, Ron? Mac is in the building. What up, Mac? Said good night, chat. Ron, the Heat is built just like the Knicks. They're just better defensively and have a better coach. I don't want to say. Well, they do. No, Spoelstra is better, but I don't know if they're better defensively though. I think they played better defensively that game. I still think you got to give the Knicks time. And I think the Knicks were missing something without having Deuce out there and not having Mitchell Robinson out there. So I let's give it some time. Right. But that game, maybe they were better defensively. I mean, positioned better defensively than we were. Paris Doug is in the building. What up, Paris? Said, yo, Ron, what are we going to do about Heffany Yabusele? Man, oh, man, is he BBL waste? It's looking tough right now, bro. It is looking tough right now. I don't want to. The thing about Yabusele is he's a good dude with a good heart, good spirit, a good personality, wants to be a Knick, loves the Garden atmosphere. I felt like he was going to be somebody that the Garden loves. So I want to give him as much love as I can give him early. You know what I mean? I want him to realize, like, New York, we got your back, but you got to get right. That's what I'm saying. We got your back. You just got to get right. And you ain't right now. Well, we'll see. How can Brunson shooting too much disrupt momentum and chemistry when he's making the shots? If Cat is on fire, then the Knicks need to feed Cat. We talked about this last year. Remember there's games where Cat was cooking and he wasn't getting enough touches? You can blame Brunson, but I told y'all before, blame the coach. The coach knows who's cooking. The coach knows you got to feed your guys. Mike Brown's not that style of coach. If a guy's hot, he's going to let the guy get going. If Jordan Clarkson was hot yesterday, believe me, Jordan Clarkson would get the opportunity to put up a lot of shots. I'm not saying he would put up more shots than Cat or Brunson, but he would be putting up a lot more shots than a lot of other people. You know what I mean? That's how you got to. These are unwritten rules. I didn't like it last year either when Tibbs kind of went away from Cat when Cat was hot. I didn't think that was fair either. It's okay, Mac. It's all right, bro. I know, everybody who's been here rocking has been rocking for a minute. I know how everybody gets down, man. Everybody's passionate about their peoples. It's cool. This is said 14. David Smith says 14 field goal attempts for Cat. Cat needs at least 18 attempts. I agree, he does, but he also needs to stay out of foul trouble. I'm not wrong there. I don't see you talking about the fact that he put himself in foul trouble in that game, which that's the worst nightmare, man. That's the worst nightmare for the Knicks. Just not having Cat on the floor when he could be on the floor. I mean, it's bad enough that the guy is playing through injury, but he's playing well. So I don't want to keep, bringing that up because he's playing well. Shout out to him. I think it's dope. The fact that he's with that bad quad and he's playing the way he's playing is phenomenal. 18 rebounds on a bad quad, y'all. Yo, listen, guys, gals, we got to be realistic here. This stuff is not easy. These are NBA players. Yes, they earn a lot of money. But for what Josh Hart did in 19 minutes with those 14 rebounds with a bad back, what Karl-Anthony Towns did, 18 rebounds with a bad quad, like, you got to give these guys a lot of credit. Just saying. East Blue Drew is in the building. Salute, salute. What is going on, East Blue? Oh, and shout out to Latoria as well for being one of the SKF Army. Salute to you. We don't forget. Appreciate you. Let's see. He's playing way different than he was in Philly. Yabu. Yeah, I know. Well, like I said, it's only game 3. We also have to. He's not looking comfortable, and the Knicks really need a practice. You know what I mean? I don't know if there's some time that they could steal a practice somewhere, but they need a practice to get guys right and get Yabu some good looks. Maybe do something for Jordan Clarkson to get him, some good touches, and maybe some stuff off of do some curls or something, or some back cuts, get him some easy baskets to get him going, man. Because these guys, they both need a little help, little massaging. Prezi says, nah, Ron, it's Mike Brown's fault for letting Gershon Williamson make those late night chopped cheese runs. Yeah, man, he in New York now. Chopped cheese everywhere, B. It's wild. Or get yourself one of them American cheeseburgers. You guys know what that is? Listen, I gotta tell y'all this real quick. I know y'all New Yorkers know, all right? But everybody for the past however many years, chopped cheese has been a phenomenon. But there's also something called the American cheeseburger, right? This is when you go to the deli, they give you a hamburger patty, chop the hamburger patty up, cook it all nice, seasoning right, lettuce, tomatoes, mayo, ketchup on a hero bun with French fries on the bun. The American cheeseburger. Just something maybe some of y'all don't know about that. That's a New York thing too. Oh, well, I mean, that's another one of the things you can find at a bodega in New York. Just saying. It's not just about the chopped cheese. I remember the first time I saw that, I was like, what the hell is this? It's got fries on it? It's like, oh, man, I used to do that on my own. I didn't know they do this. Just putting that out there. Yeah, I'm going to call him Tosan or TE. That works. I like that. Thank you, Prezi, because I can't mess with that Iwuama. I think I just said it right, but whatever. Nick Yak is in the building, said 50 games and we could give them a roster spot like we did to McBride 2 years ago. Who even played in the playoffs? Oh, you must be talking about something else. But shout out to you, Nick Yak. Eric is in the building. What up, Eric? Your Knicks look like your Giants. Both are losing now. Oh boy. Richard is in the building, but I'm not reading your name, bro. I can't do that. Don't forget he can be traded at the deadline. A lot of those players wasn't Brown's picks. That's true too. Oh, okay. Oh, all right, Sherwood. I didn't know that. All right. Oh man, that's stupid. Yeah, I'm like Yahoo's tripping with all these new names and what they're doing. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Adding the numbers stuff, like what? Who the hell wants to see that? That's a vanity thing, right? You're supposed to be doing that so that we can have our name look the way we want it. We don't want to have all the numbers and stuff. Like, what are we doing here? They be tripping, and then they change your whole name, B. Damn, Sherwin. Tay Southside in the building. What's going on, brother? Okay. State from Harlem's in the building. What up, State? Hey, y'all, if y'all haven't checked out State of New York, State from Harlem, whatever you want to call him, man, please show him some love on X. You know, he's a monster over there. And also, he's got his YouTube channel as well, man. Show my man some love. Let me see here. D-Block in the building. What up, D-Block? Says, salute to my brother Ron, the Knicks community. Bad loss last night. Yeah, that was one of them things. Hey, man, American cheeseburger. I'm just saying. Check it out. Jay Davis is in the building. What up, Ron, in chat? Salute. Wolverine is in the building. What's good, all? Salute to you. Oh, shoot. That's messed up, bro. He said, Ron Mack is my military name. That was not meant to be seen. Oh, man. Well, it is what it is, brother. Well, now you got it back to Sherwin, so that's good. All right. Let me do that. JJ said something, and I will oblige, JJ. I got like another 10 or 15 minutes. Yeah. Sure will, buddy. Hold on. Let me open up the phone lines. Give me a second. Where's all the buttons? Hitting all the buttons. Hitting switches, baby. All right. There we go. All right. You guys know what time it is. Let me how did I get off the screen? Oh, I know what happened. That's dumb. Let me do that again. That's terrible. Let's fix this real quick. Bear with me. Boom. That's what happened. There we go. Got it. Okay. All right. Let's get it cracking, y'all. That is the number to call in, 347. Hold on, my screen changed real quick. 347-305-7280. Caller, you on live, SKF Weekly. Your name and where you calling from?
What's good, brother? It's JJ from Brooklyn.
What up, JJ? What's happening, my brother?
What up, Ron? How's everything, man?
Hey, man.
What's going on?
Feeling good, brother. I'm here. I'm here. How you doing?
Really, man. Living another day, right?
That's it. That's all. Hey, listen, we blessed. We here for another day. That's a fact.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, man. I mean, everything's good. I'm just, listen, the Knicks, all right, this is a very good team. I'm not panicking, but like I said in the chat earlier, like, there's some serious flaws to this roster. Like, there's no denying it. Like, I don't think so. When I think about the system that Mike Brown wants to run, right? I'm not sure we have the super duper athletes to run this system like to a T per se. You know what I mean? Like, if it tends to be this super up tempo team, I don't think we have the athletes for it. Like, who's our super freak athlete? Not saying you need to have like crazy athletes to run, to be an up tempo team, but I think it helps. Like, he had De'Aaron Fox as his lead guard in Sacramento. We don't have someone like him. Like, I don't think we're a very athletic team.
Well, so here's the thing. What do we think is the biggest issue with the the new look offense? Because as far as the running part of it goes, conditioning wise, everybody in the first 3 games has said the Knicks look good. Like, they look conditioned, they don't look tired, they're not with their hands on their hips, so from that standpoint, they're able to run, right? We know they're not athletic. Right. None of these guys are really that athletic. A little bit here and there, exactly. but what is the biggest problem with the new look offense? What do you think it is? I think I know what it is, but I want to hear what you think it is. I mean, you said it, but I'm saying as far as just looking at what you see on the court and what's not happening.
Well, I'd say we're not hitting our threes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't know. What do you have in mind? Like, what do you think is?
So I think that the problem is not
Uh-huh.
only are we not hitting our threes, we are not creating good twos. Right? Mike Brown's
Right.
motion offense that I saw in Sacramento, and there's even I put a video up a while ago when we were looking at stuff. His motion offense is about finding the right shot. Now, yes, he did say, I want the team to shoot 43s a game. But just because I say I want the team to shoot 43s a game doesn't mean I want the team to shoot 73s a game. I want them to shoot at least 40, but you got to find other ways to score while you're doing it. You got to move the ball around inside. You got, like, McCall can't give up on his mid-range. I'm not saying he did, but I'm saying that's something that guys like McCall and even Deuce need to continue to use. They gotta do that because it's about scoring points. If we say Mike Brown says, I want us to hit around 43s each game, that's a benchmark. That doesn't mean if the Knicks win 120 to 110 and we only hit 35 threes, he's gonna be mad. I want us to try to hit 43s a game. It's a benchmark. It's just something to push to. Now, the Knicks have been going the opposite way. We've been going 40 and more. And I think that's where we're running into a problem. We're shooting so many threes and we're not knocking them down that we're settling.
Right.
We got to move the ball around and get good shots. If that's a 2, it's a 2. But we still incorporate threes in the game, but it has to be in the flow of the offense. Don't just jack up a 3 just to jack up a 3. That's a problem.
Right. How many, if you had to say, how many threes, I'll just say the last game in Miami yesterday, how many do you think were like good threes? And how many would you say were, you know, kind of forced or not a great look? I felt like most of them were pretty decent looks. What do you think?
I don't know. The only like Jalen Brunson took a couple of threes that normally you wouldn't want him to take, but he was on one. So it's a heat check.
Right.
When you're hot, you take, and he knocked them down. So it's when you're hot, you take those threes. But like in a normal setting, if you're missing shots, and those are probably threes you would try to avoid and try to make it a better shot or pass the ball to get somebody an easier look. Cat in the beginning of the first quarter, 3 of those threes he took were from like 38 feet. Like,
way
what are we
behind.
doing?
Yeah, way behind the line.
Like,
yeah, no.
Yeah, like
seriously.
It's not. No one's saying don't take the 3. Cat is one of the best 3-point shooters, and not just a big. He's one of the best 3-point shooters. Period.
Yeah,
it's not that. Just take a more, a closer shot.
Get closer. Yeah, absolutely.
You don't have to take all of these logo threes. Steph Curry can shoot logo threes out the gym, but he doesn't want to take all his shots to be logo threes. Just, move it around. That's all I'm saying. But to your point, I think that is the key, right? The Knicks are settling for too many threes and not working the ball to get themselves quality twos. The other thing is guys are simply just missing, bro. Guys are just not hot. We're getting nothing from the 3 ball from Yabusele. He got 1 3 in 3 games. Jordan Clarkson has hit 1 or 2. He's hit 1 3 a game, I think. Maybe one game he hit 2.
Don't get me started on those 2, please.
But so they're struggling right now. Landry Shamet, who, listen, I know some of y'all might be mad. Landry Shamet can shoot. I know he hasn't really hit like that. I'm not worried about him. He'll be fine. But he's struggling to hit his threes too. Like, you talking about Shamet not hitting his threes, Clarkson not hitting his threes, Yabusele not hitting his threes, and then these guys who are helping to take the 43s are, they're going to miss some. It doesn't look that good, That's what it is. Right. It's bad sometimes.
Shamet, was his 3 ball always like this, like very like no arc, like his
it's
like it's like a line drive.
It's not pretty. It's a line drive type shot. Yeah, it's always been that way. You're right. And he doesn't have the prettiest 3, bro. Yeah. This is true.
No, no, I love his defense. He's gritty. He's tough on defense. I like, he plays hard on D. But listen, about the threes though, it's also scary because if you live by the 3, you know what happens, right?
Of course.
You could die by the 3.
Of course.
So, and when I think about it, I'm not very confident in as a whole with this team from three. Like besides Brunson and Cat, who would you say like is an above average 3-point shooter? I don't think we have one other guy that's above average.
Well,
so if we're gonna live this way, there's gonna be a lot of games like this, like yesterday. I'm sorry.
And from the corners, right? From the corners, OG and Macau are high quality 3-point shooters from the corners.
Yeah, right.
Now,
I mean, as a whole, like,
right on the whole. But the difference though is,
yeah.
have you noticed that OG is not shooting his threes from the corners that much? Now he's shooting them from straight on in the middle of the court, or like
right. He's shooting like it's crazy because he'll shoot one that's perfect, the swish, and then he'll shoot like an air ball off the backboard.
Yeah,
it's just yeah, you know. Kind of like, I don't know.
It's different, bro. It's different. So, and don't get me wrong, I'm not mad at OG. I think so far OG's been playing really well. I'm cool with what he's been doing so far.
Yeah. No, definitely. Yeah.
Let me see here. Hold on. I want to tell you another. Going back to what we're talking about. Another reason why I'm a little concerned about this. Yep. Okay. Hold on. One more. Let me just get the other. It's only been 3 games, so it's easier to look at. Let me get this other one up real quick. I could show it, but I'm just going to tell you guys what it is. You know what I mean? Hold on 1 second. Wednesday. Okay. So this is my concern. Where is the game chart? There we go. I got to look at all 3 before I say this because, if I'm going to say something, I want to be right. I could be wrong.
Fact.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. I'm so far so good except for 1 game. All right. Let's see. Let me just check this last one. Okay. All right. So my issue is, as we were talking about, the quality twos, right? So points in the paint. What the Knicks did last year that was very successful. They started off the season, those first 2 months of the season, they were bombing. You know what I mean? The first month, they were bombing. They were knocking them down. They were like bombing. And then in the second month of the season, it was okay. It wasn't as good. The 3-point total, because you guys remember the first month of the season, they were shooting around 41% from 3. As the second month of the season happened, it started to drop down a little bit. It was more reasonable, around 37, 38, which is still really good for a team. But then we had that terrible month where we couldn't buy a 3. Everybody was struggling. OG went into a super slump. And the Knicks at that point figured out, hey, we got to start, scoring in the paint. We got to be aggressive in the hole. And that's what they did. They really got, some quality shots. If the Knicks are going to be shooting this many threes, they have to figure out how to be stronger and better in the paint. Now, the game against the Heat, they scored 48 points in the paint, which is not bad. That's actually pretty decent. But, the thing about it is they scored 48 points in the paint, but they shot 38%, 38.8 from the field. League average, once again, is 44, 45%. They shot 38%, almost 39%. That's not good. Like you can't, you gotta, and obviously they shot 27% from 3, 15 for 54, which is terrible. Like you can't, it's hard to win a game like that when you're shooting that bad. But you got to clean it up in the paint. The paint is your savior. The paint is going to keep you in games. The way I look at it is the threes that you take are to extend leads and make it bigger leads. Possibly you can blow somebody out. But you got to kind of continue to hit these in the paint shots to stay in the game.
Right. Get to the free throw line, You get in the paint, you can get to the line,
Do you know how many points in the paint they had against Boston? 30. 30 points in the paint, and they shot 38% from the field. That's not good, guys. That's not good. League average is 44, 45, and they're shooting 38%. That's not good. The shooting is what's hurting the Knicks in this new system and holding them back. Do I think that they're going to continue to shoot this bad? No. Guys are going to get it together, and guys are going to get hot. It's just in the meantime, we got to figure out better ways to win games and take smarter shots. We can't just keep bombing threes, even if that's the style of play. If we're not hitting them, we got to figure out ways to get quality twos.
Like you were saying, you were mentioning Bridges. Like yesterday, for example, besides Brunson, he was the only one that had it going. Why did he take only 10 or 11 shots? He should have took at least 15, 16 shots. Easy.
Yeah.
He had it going.
I mean, listen,
you're giving all these shots to OG and Clarkson and that bricking. Why didn't Bridges get 16, 17 shot attempts? Yeah.
Yeah.
You know how good he is in the mid range. Get him in the spots in the mid range.
I don't know. I think for Bridges, like he picks and chooses his spots, and sometimes, I don't know. Maybe he just doesn't want to, call his own number that much. Because last night would have been one of those games that Bridges could have got loose. Like he was cooking.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, he was hot. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So listen. So again, this is a very good team, but like I also said in my previous call, the East is not bad, man. I'm telling you, Philly, man. You see what this kid is doing in Philly?
Oh, I see.
He is absurd. He is absurd. Him and Maxey, that backcourt is good luck. If that team, it's a huge if, but this ain't if. They stay healthy. Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's a matter of time before they kind of really click and lock in. It's going to be some growing pains, guys. Yeah. It's going to be some growing pains.
Yeah. Yeah. We need Clarkson to be, but I was never a fan of Clarkson. I don't like inefficient players, and doesn't get much more inefficient than Jordan Clarkson. He's hard to watch. There's going to be games that he can win you, but there's also going to be games where he's going to make you want to, I don't know, like pull your hair out. You know what I'm saying?
And the other thing about Clarkson too, JJ, is he's coming from being one of the men, or if you want to call him the man. He's coming from being where he's the man to just being one of the guys. You know what I mean? In Utah,
so it could be hard to get in the rhythm too.
In Utah,
not as many minutes.
Yes, in Utah, him and Markkanen were the dudes. They got the ball most of the time. They could go get what they wanted to get. Him, Markkanen, and Sexton. That was their team. Here, he's a part of Macau, OG, Brunson, and Cat, and Deuce, and there's the ball has other places to go. Clarkson is going to be okay. I think he'll be okay faster than I think Yabusele will. Yabu's got some work to do, I think. We'll see.
Yeah, they're calling him all kinds of crazy names. I ain't even gonna go there, but I don't know. Yeah, he's looking a little chunky, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And the other thing too is these guys gotta hit their layups, man. Yabu missed a layup yesterday. Clarkson missed a layup on a fast break. In game 2, Deuce missed a layup.
Remember the one Porty? He was wide open, and then he didn't go up, and then
Deuce missed a layup in game 2 or game 1. The reason why I brought up the Deuce layup is because Deuce did that a lot last year. He missed some some layups. So I'm like, what are we doing, guys? You got to hit your chippies, B. Come on, man.
Yeah. Got to hit the chippies.
Yeah. Hey, man, JJ.
So, we'll be all right, man. Just some flaws, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I think we'll be okay, brother. It's going to take some time, man. But we here for the 82 game season. We're going to see it.
Yeah, we here. We're not going nowhere, baby.
Yeah. Fact. Yeah. No. Don't.
All right, brother.
I'm with you, brother. Holla at me next time, man. You have a great rest of your night.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, man.
All right. Take it easy,
man.
brother.
All right, man. Later, bro.
Later.
All right.
That's true too. East Blue Drew. Brunson missed some too. But the difference is Brunson misses them in traffic. And I don't want to get on Huck Porty too much because he missed it. But, sometimes you're not ready for it. But the Deuce ones that I'm talking about be layups in transition in fast breaks. The Clarkson one was a fast break he missed. The Yabusele one was a gimme. I mean, he's tall enough, and his body, he was at the rim. Like, I don't know how you miss those. Don't get me wrong. I have missed layups in the past. I get it, but I don't work at it. These dudes work at it. I don't know. Just saying. Yeah. It's okay. It's okay. We'll be fine. I'm just saying we got to clean up stuff like that. And we definitely got to be better. We got to be better. Anyway, guys, listen, I would love to keep going, but I got a long day tomorrow at work. I got to get my shut eye soon and get my beauty sleep. And I got to do other things. You know what I mean? Shave the grades a little bit. But I definitely want to say thank you to everybody who tuned in. Appreciate all y'all. Appreciate everything you guys do in support of the channel. Shout out to everybody. Please smash the like button. And continue to show love when you can. I definitely appreciate it, man. It goes a long way. And it makes me, make somebody who does this as much as we do as content creators, it makes us feel good when you guys hit the like button and subscribe. Of course, who wouldn't feel good about that? So definitely thank you to all of y'all who support the channel. Let me shut that down, make sure I don't want any last minute callers. Okay. Yeah, but once again, thanks to everybody. Y'all, listen, it's only 3 games in. We got a lot of basketball yet to be played. It's gonna be good, it's gonna be bad, there's gonna be moments. And we just have to deal with it. Gotta understand that this is gonna be a long season. There's gonna be some really good moments where we're like, oh, we're on a run, and then we're gonna have the flip. There's gonna be some bad moments where we're on a negative run. Just don't worry about it, y'all. We're going to be all right. Only 3 games, and we 2-1 right now. Remember, the good thing that we've learned about this Knicks team over the past few years is that they can have ups and down moments, but still be good, have a good record, And I expect nothing different from this Knicks team. Even if we lose a couple games here and there, we're going to win more than we lose. So we'll be fine. Yes. It is a process. That's right, Latoria. Championship season loaded in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I like it. Yeah, man. Thank you to everybody once again. Y'all take care. Smash the like button on your way out if you haven't already done so. It looks a little something like this. Appreciate y'all. Thanks so much for supporting. And hey, remember what I always say. No matter what happens, guys, it's only 3 games in. The good, the bad, the ugly, whatever it is, no matter what, we are still Knicks fans. We here, baby. Tell a friend who tells a friend who tells another friend. Still Knicks fans. We'll be back again, whether it be on SKF Weekly at 9 p.m. with myself, my brother Jose, my brother John. We'll come together. You'll see us all together very soon. Or on Saturdays for Know the Ledge at 11:30 when I chop it up open panel style with all my peoples. You know how we do. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for showing love. And thank you for still, rocking with the Knicks, man. Being still Knicks fans. Don't give up. We here, baby. And as I always say, be good. If you can't be good at it. You know what I mean? Shout out to all y'all. Thanks. Have a great rest of your night. I'll talk to y'all soon. I'll be walking and talking very soon. So stay tuned, y'all. Latest. Peace.
New York Knicks. First. Go Knicks.
We can finally, start playing, man. So much talk this whole summer. It's felt like so long because we've had so much to talk about. At times it's been kind of slow, but we've been talking, right? But we've actually had a really good off season for this New York Knicks team, and it's been very active. There's been a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, Knicks family, we in the building. I am the Objective Fan from the Objective Knicks Fan channel. And I want to give a big salute to Ron and John from Still Knicks Fans.
What's going on, guys?
Hey, Knicks family, I'm Stephanie, a.k.a. Blood Sweat and Tears. We are still Knicks.
What's going on, everybody? It's your girl, Lady and the Chef from Two Knicks Chip Podcast. Still a Knicks fan.
What's good, party people in the place to be? It's the main man.
What's up, everybody? This is Steve Lodge 21 at Two Knicks Chicks Podcast, and I'm still a Knicks fan.
Yo, this is your boy Sim from Nothing But Knicks. Through all the struggles, through all the heartache and pain, ladies and gentlemen, I am still a Knicks fan.
Peace, y'all. This is Apollo Reed from the Garden Knicks crew. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm still a Knicks fan.
I'm still here. We're still here. Still Knicks fans. It's a fandom. It's a lifestyle.